Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to compare Quinacridone Gold across the brands of paint, watercolor paint. So I went out and purchased several different brands of watercolor Quinacridone Gold, looking for the best one. I've tried several over the years and I've picked and choose and squirted some out on my palette. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I usually just, put out on my palette what I have handy sometimes. And sometimes I put it down and I think, oh my goodness, that's not working. So I thought I would compare all the brands across and the pigments and see which one I preferred, and maybe you might prefer too. So I'm just going to start with Daniel Smith. Now, PO49 is no longer in production, so I'm going to mainly be comparing PO48 and PY150. That is the formulation for most Quinacridone Golds. Now, there are a couple of exceptions, so we'll talk about those when they come up. So I'm just going to pick a little bit straight out from the tube, get a little bit of water, and I'm going to put it down in mass tone. It's really a beautiful, beautiful pigment. Try to get as much mass tone as we can get to get that dark burnt sienna tone. Then we'll take some pigment off and get it in a lighter tone. And here we see that beautiful nickel azo yellow that will go out into quite a cool yellow. It's really quite beautiful. I love this color. So that's Daniel Smith. And, you know, we really can't see the full effects until it dries down. So while that dries, we will go on to the next one. And I've done a little swatching here and there prior to this video, and I can show you those later. But the next one I'm going to pick up is Holbein, and it is the same pigments. It's PO48 and PY150. And we're going to get that, and I'm going to put it right beside Daniel Smith since it's the same pigments. And we will see how those compare. So we can get a really good side-by-side comparison. Looks pretty good. You can really see the nickel azo yellow shine through. I'm swatching with my Princeton Aqua Elite on B 100% watercolor paper. This is a really kind of a go-to sketchbook that I have been using for swatching and testing pigments and practicing sketches. And I'm really enjoying it, so I think I'm going to stock up on getting some more of these. So let me just jot these down. You see my mess over here. This is Daniel Smith. This is Holbein. Okay, let's go to the next M. Graham. And again, it is PO48 and PY150. Same pigments. M. Graham does have a little bit different. It has honey in it. So I find that it goes down just a little bit differently on the paper with that honey. Put the cap on. But we get a very similar result. I don't know, it looks a little less orange to me. And a little bit more gold. That just came right off. Maybe I need a little bit more. There we go. And then a diluted wash. Okay, yeah. I think that might be a little less orange. Got a little bug flying around. Okay, so we got Daniel Smith, Holbein, and then M. Graham. Okay, the next color we have here is Winsor Newton's hue for Quinacridone Gold, but it's called Transparent Gold Deep. And it has a totally different pigment setup. It does have PY150 in it, but it does have PV19. Let me find the pigment information. PV19 and PR179 plus PY150. So it does have a violet pigment and then a red pigment in its makeup. So this is kind of a deep dive into these pigments. It's really pretty too. I really enjoy this one. That gold really shines through all of them, I think. But you take it just a little bit off, and that really washes down into a cool yellow. Almost a acid yellow. All right, so let's bring them up into a little closer view. Let me mark this. This was Winsor Newton. And I will do these two separately. This is American Journey and DaVinci. And they have different pigments in them. I'm noticing the M. Graham has a little bit of streakiness going down. And the only way I can explain that is the honey binder. The others, as they dry, seem to, you know, be self-leveling and dry at a much better, they just dry nicer. But the M. Graham seems to, I don't know if it's separating or what's going on. The Holbein shows it a little bit, but we'll do these two here in a minute. Okay, so here we've got DaVinci's Quinacridone Gold, but its pigment is PY150 and PR206, and it's listed as Quinacridone Burnt Orange. So let's see what this looks like down on the paper. It's a little bit, I've used it quite a bit. It's pretty. Okay, let's put the lid back on that. Take some pigment off. And we've got that. Warm yellow. And a cool yellow. That's pretty. Now we're not seeing them next to each other, which maybe I can do that a little bit smaller on the next page. Now that was DaVinci. Now here's American Journey, and I think American Journey is produced by DaVinci. I don't know that for sure, but that is what we think. Let me see if it says anything on here. Oh, this says it's PY150 and PR206, but it's listed as Quinacridone Maroon. So that's interesting. And the only identifier on the tube is Cheap Joe's, which I've been to Cheap Joe's many times. And it's a wonderful place to go. Taken many workshops there. And it's ran by wonderful people. So there is a Quinacridone Gold, and in parentheses underneath it, it says Deep. So it's Quinacridone Gold Deep. PY150 and PR206 listed as Quinacridone Maroon. And this is PR206 listed as Quinacridone Burnt Orange. So the same but different. So let me lift these up and show you them. They're beautiful colors too. And let me flip the page and show you these. So, in my opinion, let me just tear this off so I can hold them next to each other. And we'll will write down, this was DaVinci, and this was American Journey. So I'm interested to know what you think, because they all have a nice glowing property to them. These two appear to be a little bit more orange leaning or warmer. These tend to be more gold. I am noticing some streakiness in the Holbein, or the M gram, a little bit in the Holbein, and a little bit in the Winsor & Newton. Daniel Smith seemed to lay down the cleanest, and then the Holbein. But the DaVinci and the American Journey laid down really nice as well. So you may find, you know, DaVinci and American Journey is very affordable. And you can get them in these big tubes. So this is a 15 ml tube, which is a normal watercolor tube. And this is a 37 ml tube. It's like huge. And you get just a ton of watercolor in there. And American Journey is a really pretty good paint. I really like some of the colors they have. I've bought a lot of American Journey paints. Daniel Smith is a really nice paint. It's pretty much dry. So I am noticing that it doesn't fall flat. Sometimes I think Daniel Smith looks a little bit washed out, but I used a good amount of pigment on this, and it didn't have much of a color shift. These are known to mix well with ultramarine blue, and I have done that. I'll show you. I got some wonderful mixes with Daniel Smith and ultramarine blue and Quinacridone Gold. It just made a lovely array of green tones. I'll hold this up for you. This was Daniel Smith, Winsor & Newton, M gram, which, see, you still get the streakiness. And I noticed a little streakiness over here too. This was Holbein. Really like the way that mixed. And these were DaVinci and American Journey. So depending on the ratio of Quinacridone Gold to French Ultramarine, you could get a variety of beautiful green, natural looking tones. I decided to mix it with Quinacridone Red. Let's look at those. These are the first swatches I did of the paints. And this fell a little bit flat the first time I swatched the Daniel Smith, which, see, this time it didn't. And I think it's because of the pigment. I just didn't get enough pigment. And then the Holbein, the M Gram, still showed that streakiness. The Holbein, that's just not dry yet. And the Winsor & Newton showed some streakiness as well. And there was DaVinci and American Journey. And they laid down nice. I particularly like the American Journey. Okay, and there's the mix of ultramarine blue. Okay, and here's the mixes with quinacridone red, which, you know, it was underwhelming. I like the Daniel Smith ratio I did here. I got a nice coral. And then I decided just to, you know, mess around and take all the mixes I had and just dump it onto my paper and just do a quick paint with them. And I thought it turned out kind of cool and got some nice harmony with those colors. And it was Quinacridone Gold, Ultramarine Blue, and Quinacridone Red. So I thought it was a nice, you know, just quick painting. Did it in 5 minutes. I wanted to see if I could get a range of values, which I did. So let me know what you think in the comments below about which is your favorite Quinacridone Gold. And I'm interested to know if anybody has the original Quinacridone Gold of PO49 and if it acts differently to you. I don't have it. So I thought I did. I thought I had a little pan of it, but I don't. But you can go on a website, and it's Jane Blundell. She's a watercolor artist. She's an Australian teacher that sometimes comes to the United States to give workshops. And she has a website that, you know, you can go and look and see the comparisons. And she provides a lot of good information about all watercolors. So I would suggest that. I'll put the link to her website in the description below. I will link all these different watercolors so you can go check them out and see which one you want to get. And I'll link them below so you know you can have a direct link to get them. On some of these, I am affiliated, like the Amazon or Blick affiliations. I'd get a small commission. I'm not affiliated with American Journey or Cheap Joe's. But I'll leave you their website in the description below. I am an affiliate of DaVinci, but I think I might have went too long, you know, but I'll link DaVinci's website below so you can go get that. But it's not it won't be an affiliate link, but these will be. And like I said, I think my favorite still is Daniel Smith or Holbein. So, but I am liking this Winsor & Newton. Let's take a look at them again. It went down pretty good. Oh, still a little bit streaky. I the Daniel Smith and the Holbein, as far as gold tones, the American Journey has a little bit of an oranger tone, and it's probably because of the Quinacridone Maroon. I do like the undertone of the yellow. So let me know. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.